Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're going to try something new today. It's going to be my blind run of a new game that's, well, it's not exactly new. It is Okami. And this game originally came out late in the life of the PlayStation 2 cycle, 2006, 14 years ago. Wow. It was a long time ago. I was a little too hesitant to pick this up that late. I was already on the PlayStation 3 bandwagon, waiting for God of War 3 and the new Ratchet & Clank series, but I have heard great things about this game. Maybe even a Smash Brothers candidate. But let's go in before it keeps on spamming that intro. Oh, right. Can't continue what you don't have started. Let's try that one more time. Baka! 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 Hideki Kamiya. It's the PlayStation 4 HD version, by the way. Completely blind. I have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm getting myself into, but it looks gorgeous. Long, long ago. This sounds almost like Animal Crossing lingo. A tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. Orochi. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size... For a second I thought they were talking about the maiden. You offered a maiden with with a body the size of a mountain. Well, that'll do it. Of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi, like an animal servant. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior, Nagi, attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Can't catch this. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Oh no, someone call Luffy. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. I've heard this story in more than one Japanese media form. They played this in Golden Sun, A Lost Age as well, the story of a man who risks his life to slay an 8-headed snake beast with a special sword. I'm forgetting the name of the tale though, but I love that they can incorporate that into a game. I love Japanese folklore. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf, that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared, its terrifying heads readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. Wind versus fire. Not a good combination if you watch Naruto. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. But Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Get him, Inuyasha! Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. Getsuga Tensha, The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had last returned to Kamiki village, and in honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukiyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. I hope not, because this was not worth 20 bucks if that's the case. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukiyomi? The sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend. Nothing but a fairy tale. Yeah, let's get there. Oh wow, he's actually got a samurai helm. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds, speak the words. I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me and unleash my power. Phenomenal cosmic power. I'm sorry, I bring it back, thank you! Oh, shoot. Oh man, he is not getting out of this one. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Wood Sprite Sakuya. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. Why did the gods always treat cataclysmic events like a minor inconvenience? Oh, I suppose I'll just send my dog to take care of this. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. This reminds me so much of Zelda Twilight Princess. I can totally see Midna, and Link in this one picture. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I mean lounging. Protecting. I don't have much time left in this world. Oh, sorry. Amaterasu. Now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Okami Amaterasu. So that's its full name. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. That is true. I believe that is one of the gods of gods. I think it was Amaterasu that gave birth to the god of Japan itself. What was his name? I'll get it later. How delightful to see that the Savior, whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demons so many years ago, has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. That's Japan. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please, use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Yeah. What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Oh ho ho. Oh hee 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 hee. Ooh, freaked me out a second. I thought she was possessed. Phew! What on earth? You again? Nani? Is it like a spirit flea? Ow, 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 you nuts! Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isun. Wandering artist / flea. Isun. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. Oh my god. Now this is starting to look more like Inuyasha. Lord Inuyasha, we must find the great sword your father left behind and save the world from the demon spider. Snake. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kind of familiar. Got it? You look just like that statue of Shiranui. You. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prized sword, Denkomaru, against you. What's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh great God, Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees returned to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit. Everyone's Momotaro now. That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. And it's even a peach. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're going to reach it. I wonder if I'm about to get it. This darkness is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're talking... taking a nap. A lot can happen while you're talking too, geez. Hope I get to play soon. Okay. I can move! I can do something. Okay. So that's circle. Ooh. Guess I can't leave from here. Yep, can't go that way. Yep, okay, so there's nowhere I can go. Oh, wow. That's cool. Where are we indeed? Yep. Let's use that stick. Fetch, boy. Oh, I'm sure I'll manage. Nice view. Alright. So it looks like I examine with circle. Can we save? Because I need a break. Here's our menu. Tools. No tools. No equipment other than our flaming frisbee. Divine Retribution. Reflector received from Sakuya banishes evil with divine power. Good to know. Wow. Still got a lot of stuff to take in. Mate? That's an origin mirror. They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Oh, thank God, a save point. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. Let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. Oh, don't worry. We're probably looking at somewhere close to 80 by the time we're done with this, if all goes well. That way, you could always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes. And I think this is a good time to cut it here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of Okami. Going to be working on this and a couple more games. I'm not sure where to start with after this, but I'm going to cut it here. So, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time.